So, right now, a few hours later, I made myself a question which many fans of Dragon Ball had made. And that question is, what if Goku or Kakarot, let's say Kakarot, was truly sent to conquer the earth? Truly. So, how am I going to make it so? I'm not going to go with the Bardock sends him to conquer the earth because Bardock knew, and actually Goku or Kakarot was sent originally earlier than he was supposed to. He was still in that capsule, sort of growing up. He wasn't totally developed yet when he was sent because, well, he was still there. He wasn't supposed to be sent yet. So, here the change that I'm going to make is that Kakarot is born instead of Raditz, and Raditz will be born later and will be the one sent to Earth later on, to the world that his brother was already conquering, to serve as sort of, well, not necessarily aid, but to go to a world which is pretty much safe because his brother is already there. Alongside many other Saiyans who are in other planets, his brother was already sent, Kakarot. So in age 132, Kakarot is sent in a Saiyan pod, not by Bardock, but by the Saiyan army. That information will be destroyed later when planet Vegeta is destroyed, likely, and other Saiyans may delete the data knowing that the planet was destroyed by Frieza. So no one will know except, well, so no one will know that Kakarot was ever sent there aside from the Galactic Patrol. His power level was too low to be tracked properly, and so no one will know, pretty much. No one alive will know. So the pod arrives, but now we situate ourselves in Kakarot's mind at this point. He is barely a kid, but you have to understand that there's a very important difference. Since he was sent there to take over the planet, he will have received video instructions with like a friendly voice and sort of holograms and all that stuff inside the pod. He will be taught that a simple strategy, because let's think about this for a moment. If you send a kid Saiyan who are already naturally weak and naturally not trained, obviously not trained and naturally weak because you are sending the weakest Saiyans of birth, unless naturally weak by default, but then can get stronger like every Saiyan. That's not really broken in some way. So they will get killed, like all of them, because pretty much if there's intelligence in that planet. Why? Because intelligent creatures like humans, for example, like we are, or the Dragon Ball ones are, at the beginning they will get stopped by the tiny Saiyan, maybe. That could happen, but once they realize that the monster is attacking them, they will form groups and they will hunt Kakarot down, or they will hunt the Saiyan down. What they mean by that is that no intelligent Saiyan from the Saiyan army will ever send a Saiyan kid to conquer a planet without a simple, understandable but effective strategy to take the planet over. and a motivation to do so, because normally the Saiyan, if not, they will just decide to take over part of the planet and have everyone there provided them with proper fights and proper food, and they will be fine with that because Saiyans have enough with some good food and some good fighting, and they will kill part of the planet but leave the rest alive. Because if you destroy everyone on the planet, how do you get good food? Maybe you can get it, but it's easier to just get it. And how do you get some proper fight? You may not get it. So, then what I'm trying to tell you is that the programming in the pod will give him the strategies. But what is that strategy? At least I think so. The strategy will be to search to go and kill life forms which seem stupid and not near intelligent creatures. Because if if Kakarot or any weak Saiyan toddler goes after any intelligent creature, those intelligent creatures will gang together. They will gang together. They will form groups and they will hunt him down. So he needs to go after stupid creatures who won't form armies to take him down. You understand? So that will be the first instruction. Just kill the stupid things till you are as tall, till you are taller than the council, or till you are till you cannot grow taller anymore, or something like that. Or till you have lived for more than I don't know, like this number of moon cycles. And don't look at the moon unless it's necessary, something like that, because you will lose yourself. The video will keep repeating him stuff like that while inside the Saiyan pod in holograms and stuff like that. And now when Goku gets to Earth, he's going to go after stupid creatures that seem strong enough to be worth as opponents to get stronger, but they need to be dumb. Otherwise, he's going to get stumped. That's the programming. And once this time, the number of the cycles will be like the equivalent of 18 years or so, because the point is that he won't truly try to conquer the planet until he's strong enough to conquer it without getting obliterated by a response from the evidence of the planet, from the normal locals of a planet. Making some kind of army to obliterate him. So that's the point of it. So now Goku arrives and he's looking around the forest, and there's this bamboo forest, and he's going to search. Kakarot is going to search for creatures, and he finds a dinosaur. He punches the dinosaur really hard, doesn't do much, but the dinosaur tries to retaliate and hit him back with the tail, so he jumps back. And take into account another thing, that they wouldn't be stupid enough. The ones who send the kit with the programming and so on, because this is different than the programming that we'll have. There's probably nothing on the pod that Bardock stole, and the programming will include something like basic keyballs. It will show videos of Saiyans sort of launching different types of keyballs, so that this baby or toddler or Kakarot sort of knows just how he learned how to make the Kamehameha wave, knows how to make keyballs. Even though they're very mild, they're very small and they do barely nothing. But he is able to blast the dinosaur in the face and sort of angers the dinosaur, but pushes him back enough. Now, after some fighting, toddler Kakarot pretty much has to retreat, and waits for a while, kills another smaller dinosaur about the size of 2 meters, like something like that, barely taller than a person, and then eats it, comes back, and once he's rested and has eaten well, he goes after the dinosaur, attacking him with a key blast, and manages to kill off the T-Rex with a surprise attack aimed at the head of the creature. Barely, very, fairly lucky because probably wasn't a full grown one, but is deadly enough. So the T-Rex sort of doesn't die immediately, sort of like feeling unwell, kind of like because his brain is sort of damaged after the hit, but it's not so damaged that he dies instantly. It's like when people suffer from strokes and they don't just fall and die immediately, but they but suffer, and because that's a serious condition, but suffer, and the brain doesn't die immediately. So the dinosaur is still, even though I told you already that it's going to die already. It's already dead pretty much, but it will still fight back. It will hit toddler. I'm not going to say it because YouTube will say, well, if I say toddler too much, but he will hit the Kakarot, the Saiyan Kakarot, and he will be pushed back as a tree or something. So he will sort of try another key blast, another tiny ball, because he's out of energy already after that attack, and that will sort of push back the dinosaur, the T-Rex, and finally, due to his injuries on his tiny brain, he will finally fall dead. So that will be the first important victory for Kid Goku, and that's how it will go from them on. But soon later, he will find this is 6 years earlier than the sort of around that years earlier than the original. So he will still find Grandpa Gohan, but maybe not so soon because things change. So maybe he takes like a week to have fun, or maybe doesn't matter. The point is that we don't know just how early Gohan found him. So he gets found by Gohan, and Gohan seems like a possibly fairly powerful being because he tries to attack him and he cannot even hit him. He uses a Ki Blast, and Gohan surprisingly just pretty much punches the thing away. Just hits the tiny Ki Ball, shining blue Ki Ball thing outside and explodes like a small grenade, on a tree, and the tree just falls down. It's just like so. Grandpa Gohan is very surprised by the small kid. Soon, Kakarot realizes that he cannot escape from this old man. He's very strong, and the old man offers him food, so he stays alongside him. Now, take into account one thing that you may think, and I may think that right now, because it is the rational thing to do, and even if you are saying do not destroy the rest of the population or anything like that, you may think that that's the case or not, and it doesn't make sense that many Saiyans wouldn't actually want to do it because it's better to just not do it. Because you get new enemies and you got food. And you get treated like a king probably in many planets if you are strong enough. Because what other thing what else can they do? But I'm going to tell you that the pod will probably, because they understand speech at that point. They're toddlers, but they understand speech. So they probably will include an instruction to pretty much you conquer a planet or you die alongside it because someone else is going to come later, and if you haven't conquered the planet, you're dead. And we'll show sort of like images of other more grown ups, like maybe 18 or so, Saiyans who are just dead and sort of being killed by some guys conquering the planet or whatever, and others sort of being rewarded, and we'll show that over and over again. And it's like, conquer the planet, that will be your salvation, you will find glory, or something like that. The Saiyan pride, something like that. So you imagine that they will brainwash Kakarot that way, and they will make it so it makes sense to actually conquer the planet, because if he doesn't, he's dead. Because Brown Vegeta was supposed to be destroyed, and someone else was supposed to come back to pick him up or whatever. And he will pay, like he will pay with his life if the planet is not conquered. That's how I think that it will be. Now, not all Saiyans will remember that, not all will obey it, but regardless, they are not worth that much for the Saiyan King, or Frieza. So, well, so be it, but I think that from their perspective, but I think that kind of instruction will be in. So, Kid Goku will not try to escape yet because he understands that the guy is quite strong. So we'll stay for a while and try a little bit more. And about a year or two later, after trying to fight Grandpa Gohan many times and getting defeated by getting his tail grabbed or something, he will start to develop a resistance to that kind of thing. And finally, one day, he will realize that he's strong enough, because now dinosaurs don't stand a chance even if he's not using Q Blast. Sort of, well, they can kill him, but normally since he's very small and very fast, he can obliterate them without that much trouble. He probably won't get killed, not because he's that strong, but because he's small and he's very powerful, so he moves very quickly. So he abandons Grumpy Gohan and goes out into the world to go and kill off those dinosaurs and other creatures which are not similarly well organized. He will think of wolves as not intelligent enough to amount to anything sort of proper defense. So wolves and so on will get wiped out from the area, and dinosaurs and everything else. After a while, some forces, and like not real ones, not army or anything, will be deployed to find out the creature in the forest that is acting around. I'm going to show you the area. That is acting around. Whoa. Seriously? Anyway, that is acting around Grandpa Gohan's place. So it would be take into account that in the anime it's stated that the distance between this thing, as bad as it sounds, and the sea is 7, or well, I'll say 7. No, no, but I think that is about 300 or 400 kilometers, maybe 500 at most, maybe like 600 or 700 at most. So that's quite substantial. I don't remember just how much because it is stated that the sea was about 100 miles or something, but they had already gone a long way. So this whole area will start to get decimated from strong dinosaurs and pretty much nearly all type of creatures that will dare to attack Kakarot and will expand and expand and expand and expand, and this is 5 years before the original arrival of Goku or before the arrival of Raditz. So this Goku will be a lot stronger than the original one because he is instructed to get stronger. He is instructed to train by fighting all those dinosaurs in this case. So I'm not going to tell you yet what his power level will be because I'm not sure, and it will be a lot higher because that will be by his normal age. I think that at least as strong as the Goku at the start of Dragon Ball. The reason is not because he's fighting dinosaurs, it's because he's using ki blasts. And that's something that the original Goku didn't do, and that gives him a ki workout. And he probably also figured out, because it's very important to know that, how to fly, because that was in the videos, so in his pod that he was instructed with over and over again to memorize it, so he probably knows how to fly and will fly all around this area, all around Mount Baosu, and hand down everything. So the forces show up to hand down them. The vulture, how's it called? Anyway, the whoever is killing off the dinosaurs, some kid or whatever, and capture him, sort of as because he's ending the wildlife. So Goku will be attacked by a group of folks carrying sort of those kind of weapons I used to put down bears, but like not kill them, like putting down literally, like asleep them. So that kind of thing, like sleeping and kind of thing with nets. So they will try it, and Goku will just blast them, and that's it for them. Later on, some more will show up searching for him, but he will be careful and hide so they won't be able to find him. Remember, they don't have scouters and they don't know how to feel key. And the old man, well, Gohan and the Turtle Army wouldn't show up. Well, probably Gohan will try to search for him, but I don't think that he knows how to feel keys so well as to find him, because his power level is not that large and he's hiding somewhere. No, Kakarot doesn't know how to follow ki that well. Probably knows the strengths of his enemy if they're like 10 times stronger than him, and to a certain extent, like the minimum kind of thing, but not that much.